So I'm recording this video on my phone again, so it's going to sound more or less crappy. But this is in response to so many of the videos that I see on YouTube and maybe other places online as well, where people are really um, they're just so wrong about what Greta Gerwig did with the movie Barbie, and it's on both sides. And I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. But you have on both sides people completely, missing the point, following their own bias. You have on the, I guess on the more feminist side, you have people who think it's just a girl boss, sort of rebuke of toxic men or whatever. And you have on the more, let's say, anti woke side, people who saying, "Oh, it's just man hating garbage" and stuff like that. But then you have people who say, people who can see um, how Barbie is actually criticizing a lot of the dynamics, I guess, or things in feminism or in the current sort of dynamics between men and women. And but the problem is they say, "Oh, but she did it by accident. She didn't do it on purpose." And they like to pretend like they're owning the feminists or the liberals by liking something that they're not supposed to like, or that women like Greta Gerwig are so stupid, because they're feminists or whatever. And I just think that you can't look at something like this and not see how smart it is, not see what it's doing and see that it's doing it on purpose. I really don't understand why people walk away. Yeah, and I'm mostly speaking to those who think that Greta made Ken sympathetic by accident and criticize things about feminism by accident. Because to me, it couldn't be more obvious that she did do it intentionally. And very few people or very few videos that I have seen actually call it out and say, yeah, this does look like it is intentional. For the most part, you have people just online who are just, you know, um, doing their little ha ha ha. They don't even know that they're making themselves look stupid. It's like, no, you know. Uh, the movie overall, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I think this is some kind of masterpiece because it's not. I'm probably gonna get it on home video. I won't be watching it like repeatedly. I probably won't even watch it like more than once. I might. I mean, at home, I might just have it just to have it. But it's not a bad movie, and I feel that Greta deserves much more credit than she gets. Like I said, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's still smart, and I appreciate it for how complex it is, how smart it is, and how it has so much to say, and it isn't just a simple movie based on an IP. And part of what I think people are doing is they look at Greta Gerwig and say, "Oh, she's a feminist, therefore she lacks any intelligence. So if she does anything good, it was by accident." And I don't believe, just judging by this movie, I don't really believe that she is as feminist, or at least not in the way that most people think, as people claim. And um, even if she was, you should be able to look at the video, look at the movie, and see how smart it is. You don't. I don't really know how you can look at it and say, "Oh, it was by accident." There are too many instances, and too many coincidences, maybe, too many things that she did just say patterns, maybe too many patterns that she put into the movie for them to be coincidences, for them to be accidental. So many things that are referenced without actually being explicitly referenced, but they're in the movie. Like Ken being sexualized by Weird Barbie, and then going to the real world and Barbie being sexualized. And yet, people get outraged about Barbie being sexualized, but laugh at Ken being sexualized. Now, most people chalk that up to, again, the feminists being unaware, accidentally owning themselves, being dumb, more or less. And I say, no, that was intentional. I don't believe that she put in as a joke Ken being sexualized and then showing Barbie being sexualized, and it's not making some kind of commentary. How when it happens to a man, it's a joke, but when it happens to a woman, it's not a joke. I don't think that's there by accident. And that's just one of the situations. Now, also, as I have pointed out, a director of her caliber surely knows the rule of show, don't tell. So the question comes up in many people's minds who have seen the movie: how did Ken brainwash a city of well-educated and powerful women into being more traditional and submissive? Because we never see that. The movie never shows Ken do that, and it never says how he did it. But you hear characters saying he brainwashed the Barbies, but you never see it, and you never hear how. Instead, what the movie shows you is that women were happy under Ken's patriarchy, and that there were couples, that women were in love, and there was a faction of Barbies who were not, quote, brainwashed, who came along. The main Barbie is one of them, and some women from the real world who began to give them sort of feminist talking points, I guess, who began to separate them from their Kens and tell them that they're not really happy. Tell them that, remind them of all the things that are hard about being a woman, and bam, they became kind of girl boss again. That was the actual brainwashing. The movie takes time to show you Barbie and these other women brainwash the other Barbies. But you never see Ken brainwash anybody. You never see him brainwash any women. You never see him do it. And that's the point that the movie made. He did not, you didn't see it, he did not do it. He did not brainwash anybody. So if anybody in the movie was brainwashed, it was done by the Barbies to other Barbies, or by the feminists to other women. That was the point that the movie made. And that went over so many people's heads. They broke up the couples. They were breaking up the relationships. You had Kens and Barbies walking hand in hand, arm in arm, happy, smiling. And the feminist Barbies brainwashed the women and broke up their relationships. And the people who have this apparent media illiteracy can't see what happened right before their eyes. That's in the movie. So, yeah, I'm going to end the video there because I'm going on too long. But I just wanted to make that point. and say that I'm again just disappointed by how many people can't see what Greta Gerwig was doing in this movie. You know, and especially for the people who probably should be looking at it for what it is and being able to see, being smart enough to see what it is. But so many people are not, and they unfortunately have huge channels, and they're just spewing their stupidity all over the internet. Sad but true.